right, so introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been in the game.
I've been singing for like 8 years now. The first time I got in the studio, I was 15, still in what we call in the UK secondary school.
Okay.
So it's high school for you guys. Got in the studio, made my first song, put it out. Luckily it did well. And yeah, just kept going from there.
That's what's up. How long have you been on TuneCore?
That same song I told you about, I put it on TuneCore. So that was, when I made it though, it was only on SoundCloud. 3 years later, I put it on TuneCore. And ever since, it's been on TuneCore.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you started out on SoundCloud first initially?
Yeah.
So what made you say, you know what, I want to go from SoundCloud and take it to TuneCore?
I started like doing more research about copyright, and just literally copyright and earning money. And I was like, oh shit, like I could actually make money off of just this song. And then so I decided to put on TuneCore. And not only that, but I felt like putting your songs on DSPs, at that time I felt like it was like a step above just being a SoundCloud singer.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so.
I think it's very interesting that most times when I speak to TuneCore artists, they're always talking about the learning experience, the learning process. Like when they started to actually learn the business, that's when they got into TuneCore.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel like, you know, going from SoundCloud and now being able to monetize off your music? What was that transition like for you?
Yeah, I felt like, as you said, like you don't make that transition. I mean, some people probably do just because they see other people doing it. But like, as you said, you've seen other artists that made that transition because they understood why it was needed. Do you know what I mean? Right. So that's what happened for me. Like I started learning more about the things we don't want to learn about. Right, like we don't really care to, like, you know, sit down and go in like YouTube or Google and search. But that's what happened for me. Initially,
when you first, you know, gravitated towards music, did you do it, you know, for the passion, for the creativity side, or from the start, were you thinking like, I want to be rich, I want to make money?
No, it was never that. Yeah, it was never that. And until this day, like even my main goal, as much as people like now don't really have good things to say about awards and stuff, my main goal has always been to win a Grammy.
Wow.
I don't really, like, my main goal is not to die with like this amount of money in my bank account or this house or that. I mean,
well, you can't take it with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I don't want it. We all want the good things in life.
Right.
But it's never been about the money.
Right. So, what gets you up in the morning? Like, where does your hustle come from?
I feel like whatever you do in life, you have to have a purpose. And it's fine if you don't know what you want to do for a period of time. But if you wake up every day and you just live an aimless life, I find that very neaky. Neaky is like an English slang, which means I just find that like dead. Like you have to have some sort of purpose in life.
Right.
Not to say everyone has to be like a boss or everyone has to be like their own, like their own man or whatever. Like just have something like that gets you up every day, whether, and just complete a task every morning or every day, whether that's working out, whether that's, I don't know, cooking your favorite dish because you want to be a chef, whatever it is. Just I have that, like, I've always had that discipline because I feel like shit when I don't do anything with myself. I feel like shit when I know I finished my day, I didn't like complete my to-do list. I didn't make a song or whatever. Yeah. And I don't know, I don't get how people don't feel like shit just sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, so basically you just feel like every day that you wake up, you gotta get busy, you gotta work.
Yeah, do something with your life. We all have a purpose here on earth. Like if you're not contributing some way, somehow to society, then what are you doing? Just a waste of space.
That's deep. So for all the artists out there that's watching, you know, you had an experience of being on a label and now you're independent. I know I had an experience of being on a label and now I'm independent and I have my outlook on it. Which one would you say is better? I know your answer, but I just want this for the artists that's coming up.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go through what we went through. I want them to be able to come in and just enjoy all the fruits of their labor. So, you know, explain to them, you know, the difference between being on that label and now being independent
Yeah, I would say like, just understand that this industry is a business. It's not all like rainbows and unicorns. Just understand the business and understand what you want for yourself. Once you understand that, you will know, okay, I want to be independent or I want to be with a label. I prefer being independent. I've got control over everything I do and I dictate what happens to me. And that's crazy because like when I became independent, I was like, it hit me. I was like, oh shit, like if anything happens, I'm the only one held accountable.
That's right.
Like if the people around me aren't really performing well, or the song didn't perform well, whatever it is, I'm the only one responsible. I can't blame anyone else. So I think as an artist, you also have to learn how to be a good leader and a good, like, not a good business person, but at least know something about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, honestly, I understand what you're saying about all the blame being on you, but I'd rather bet on me, man.
Yeah.
Especially in this type of game because, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, but you have to have a team that's on the same page.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're independent, you get the opportunity to build a movement that's structured around the way you like to work.
Yeah.
And if others want to join you,
you attract your tribe.
Right, you attract, exactly. Yeah. And it's a great thing. You guys build a chemistry that way.
Yeah.
As opposed to going into a label who already has a way of doing it and they're just pushing you out there how they do it.
More time, they don't even know about you.
Yeah.
They just like, they finish their work at 5 p.m. and go home.
Exactly. So congratulations on being independent and
Thank you.
keep doing your thing.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Nah, you got it, you got it.